Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is the second part in our cryptocurrency series. If you missed part one, it's going to be the first link in the description. Please make sure you check it out as it gives this conversation a little bit of context as to what cryptocurrencies are and very importantly what a blockchain is and how it interacts as a ledger. But assuming you've watched that, please crack on with this video as I'm about to tell you how you actually invest in cryptocurrency, what things you need to do in order to make sure your cryptocurrency is safe once you've bought it, and lastly we'll be finishing on the important things you need to consider if this is an investment you think you're going to be making. But before we begin the video, as always, please can you take a moment to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It's a little blue thing just under here. I will give you a moment while you do that. Okay, thank you very much. And if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. It greatly helps out the channel. So without further ado, I will pass you back to Owen in the past and let's crack on with part two.
So if it is something you're interested in, the next question you're going to ask is, how do you actually invest in Bitcoin? Well, in order to invest in stocks, you need to go through a brokerage. And in order to invest in cryptocurrency, you need to go through an exchange. Currently, the most reputable and popular by far is a company called Coinbase, but there are other ones available such as Gemini and Binance.
Okay, so I'm now going to be taking you through a step-by-step guide of how to actually set up a Coinbase account from scratch, and then how to buy your first Bitcoin transaction. So follow along at home and let's make some money. So first, you want to download the app and log in. You need to give your personal information, an email address and a password. Once that goes through, you need to go through the usual GDPR and whether you'd like to receive personalized emails or not. Once we've got that, you need to verify your email address. It came through very quickly for me. Click on the link provided. It will then take you straight back into your Coinbase account. After that, we need to do two more steps. So the first one is setting up security. This is going to be two-factor authentication. So for me, I chose to do it through a phone number. I put my phone number in, it sent me a text code. I then put that code in and this verified my phone number. I then said what citizenship I was. And now we need to verify the identity. So we go through similar things: name, date of birth, what your postal address is, what are you going to be using the app for. So for me, it's investing. I get my money through an occupation. I am employed and I'm going to be spending less than £1,000 a year in Coinbase. I also work in financial services, non-crypto. After this, you need to provide proof of ID. So for myself, I used a driving license. And although it does say it'll take a while to verify, for me, it actually came through very quickly. And here we are, back on the home screen of Coinbase. So as you can see, it's got lots of different bits there in the blog article below. But now we need to add a payment method to actually get some money into the Coinbase app. For me, I set up a UK bank account link here. Worth noting, you can do credit cards, but there are some credit cards that will not allow you. I transferred £5 into my Coinbase account from my bank account. And now if we were to go onto my portfolio, you can see they've transferred that into US dollars and I've got $6.93 to spend. So let's go and buy some Bitcoin. So we're back on the home screen here. We're going to go over to the pricing part of the app. So we're going to buy Bitcoin. I click on that and then I click on trade. Now I'm going to say that I'm going to buy Bitcoin rather than convert it from another currency. And I'm going to say I'm going to buy £5 of Bitcoin. Now, here you can choose whether or not you want to make it a one-time purchase or a recurrent purchase. For me, I'm obviously going to be doing it on a one-time purchase. I click preview buy. And it's worth noting here that even though I don't have £42,000 to buy a Bitcoin, I can buy fractions of a Bitcoin. So my £5 is going to buy me 0.00001 of a Bitcoin, rounded up. So I click buy now, and it takes me straight through in real time. And there we have it. I've now bought my first parts in Bitcoin. I've got an email notification to confirm that. And now we're back on the home screen. So if we were to click on my portfolio, now that trade has gone through, you can see that that money is in my wallet. And I've got $5.52 worth of Bitcoin after the fees.
So you've just looked into Coinbase and you've bought your 0.00001 of Bitcoin, but what does that actually mean? Well, what's happened now is that you have given your money to Coinbase. They take a small fee and then transfer the rest of that money into Bitcoin. They then store that Bitcoin in a wallet for you. Now, this wallet is vitally important and it is the key difference between cryptocurrencies and a lot of other currencies out there. This wallet is a unique identifier and it is what will talk to the blockchain, or what will talk to the ledger and transact the money between yourself and other parties. The problem is though, that wallet, although it's in your name, is owned by Coinbase. So if Coinbase were to get hacked or they go under, you would lose all of that money. Now, on the big downsides of cryptocurrency is when you lose it, you lose it. Although there are a lot of benefits from being decentralized, such as smaller fees, a lot faster transactions and no international borders, it does mean you don't get any insurances or protections for your money. So there is a risk that if Coinbase were hacked, you could lose all of your money. And this is especially a problem if you're on one of the more sketchy exchanges. So if you really want to secure your money, once you've used your exchange to buy the Bitcoin, you need to take it out of their wallet and put it into your own wallet that you control. Now, there are two types of wallet you can use. There's a digital wallet, which can be created through something like MetaMask. And I'll put a great description to the latest blog article from Gary Vee, who goes step by step on how to set up a MetaMask wallet there. Or you can have a physical wallet. These often look like USB sticks, and it is physically a small piece of hardware that you carry around with you, and it holds your Bitcoin. It's exactly the same as a physical wallet holds cash. This physical piece of kit will hold your cryptocurrency. Having your own wallet outside of an exchange is really important to make sure that you are being as secure with your money as you possibly can be. However, it does come with risks. If you forget the passwords to your wallet or you lose it, that's it. As I mentioned, there are no protections. You have lost that money for good. Just like this guy that accidentally threw away his Bitcoin wallet with 7,500 Bitcoin in it, which is now worth around £300 million or $416 million, and he chucked it away. Well, okay, what are the downsides or risks of crypto then? Well, we've explained that it can be a really good store of value. We've explained that it's got some benefits from being cheap to transact and really fast in comparison to transferring online. But there is a potential that it could get regulated. At the moment, it's decentralized, which means it's kind of the Wild West. No one knows what's going to happen out there. It's still pretty new. India, for example, is looking at banning cryptocurrencies. And while people in India still could access their cryptocurrencies through a VPN, it really limits the amount of market that there is available and exchanges that you'd be able to use with cryptocurrency there. And as mentioned again, it is really risky. Once you lose this, it's gone. There's no FSCS protection, there is no backups. If you can't get into your wallet, then you've got nothing. You've lost all of that money, which could be a serious amount of cash. And as it's new, it's an evolving market, it is extremely volatile. If we look at Bitcoin over the last 10 years, it has had crazy spikes up and down with compared to something like the S&P 500, which has had quite a steady rise over the same period of time. And in my opinion, one of the biggest drawbacks to cryptocurrency is the environmental impact it's currently having on our world. To mine Bitcoin is incredibly energy inefficient. Bitcoin produces 36.95 megatons of carbon dioxide annually, and this is comparable to New Zealand. It's estimated in 30 years, Bitcoin alone could increase the global temperatures by 2 degrees Celsius. It's a crazy number, and it's having a ridiculously bad environmental impact. However, from a purely financial point of view, there are a lot of potential benefits to cryptocurrency. It's still in its infancy, and although it's starting to have some mainstream adoption, if you ask most people what Ethereum is, they'd either say it's an 80s prog rock band or it's the next superhero in a Marvel Avengers movie. As there starts to become more and more institutional investment, like Tesla putting in $1.5 billion or allowing Bitcoin to buy their cars, there starts to become less skepticism around it in the market. The less skepticism there is, the more stable that currency becomes, and the more likely it is to become adopted again, which again reduces the skepticism, and you see how it builds upon itself. There are a lot of people saying as well that networks like Ethereum and Bitcoin's blockchain can provide a much better banking system, with some experts saying that Ethereum could go over $10,000 as it starts to rival the transactions of MasterCard and Visa in future years. Despite us being a long way off from that, it does show the potential of what could be. However, at the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed, and as I mentioned, this is going to be one of your more volatile investments. Most people wouldn't recommend putting more than 1 to 5% of your overall portfolio into cryptocurrencies, and it definitely shouldn't be something where you put all your eggs into this one basket. So I hope you've enjoyed that and you've at least learnt something about cryptocurrency. I'd be really interested in any feedback you have. Please pop it in the comments down below. Please take this moment to like this video if you have found it at all useful. Smash that like button, make it turn blue. It really, really helps out my channel and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next time, I shall see you later. Goodbye.